Hello. In this video, I plan to introduce you to Trello if you haven't used this software before. Um, this is this is a software that started out as a desktop client, but recently has transitioned. Well, actually not transitioned, but created a mobile version of the app as well. And that is what we're gonna take a look at today. How the mobile app is used and how you could use it too. And once you download the app, um, the first time you're going to use it, this is what you're going to see. So you've got to sign up, or if you've used the desktop client before, you could log in using those credentials here. Um, Although I had used Trello before, it's been a while, and it was using some other credentials which I don't have with me right now. So I decided to sign up. And once I signed up, they wanted me to click on the email that they sent, and that's what I did. And then you'll see that I had to sign in once again. And here, one of the good things that Trello has done is that they've made it available so that you could do a single sign-on login, which is very useful if you're in a corporate environment where you have many sites that you have to log into, but instead of having to type in your username and password all the time, you could just use single sign-on. And similarly, you could use Google as well. So once we had our user account set up, this is what you're going to see. So it's a blank um, sheet, I guess. And once you click on that green plus circle, um, you start creating content. And this is going to the help menu, and this is what you'll see when you click on the help menu. Um, this at first is sort of gibberish, but once you start doing stuff, it starts making sense. And I just created a card. I wasn't sure what I was doing because this is a little bit different from the user experience that you have when you use a desktop client, or perhaps the desktop client that I used was so old that it's changed a lot, but this is what you see now. And this is where I start. So I created a board called a test board, and once you've created it, you double click the board, and the board, by the way, will appear right below the how to use Trello for Android. You'll see that later on, but just running you through this. So you have a few different things to do and doing and completed or finished, but let's take a look at to do first. So you're going to add a card, and this card could be what you have lined up for this project that's due on your part, or somebody else's if you're collaborating. I just put something in here, and then I moved on to uh, the stuff that has to be done, and I entered something there too. And as you can see, it's modify rooms, which is what I did there. And then the stuff that's done, I entered some stuff in there, and so now it looks like that. And then also you could add another list, and this sort of creates a task within a task. And if you have many lists, you could get rid of them simply by just dragging it. And once you long hold the list, you'll see the green button appear, and you just drag it there, and it gets archived. And when you're in the board, whatever board that you're got yourself into, you have a bunch of options, and this menu is available on the right hand side, and it is actually pretty handy. So I'm going to show you what all those things are. First is, so this indicates who is actually working on this board. Currently it's just me, but you could add whoever you want to, just by clicking that green button. And then it also shows you activity. This is very useful because when you have a bunch of people working on the same project, keeping track of who's done what becomes very critical. And so this maintains that list of what's being done. And looking at the archived cards, we don't have any archived cards, but we do have archived lists, which I showed you earlier that I was dragging, and that's what it is. And then you could go into settings and you could change stuff around. And some of the background and stuff like that, it's not that interesting, but what is interesting are some of the stuff below, where you could, the visibility, you could make it private or public. And then you could also share. As you can see, there are many options I could use to share stuff with. And then getting back to the to-do list, once you open that up, you actually are able to do much more. And again, those options appear when you click that green button. So those are some of the things that I could do with that card, but also I'm able to add all of these, and I'll just show you quickly what those are. Adding labels I've found to be very useful, just because if you have everything the same color, looking everything pretty identical to each other, I've found it really difficult to see things apart. So I generally use a lot of colors so that I could differentiate things, so that I could quickly understand things instead of having to dive in deeper. And then this shows you who the card members are. Now card members you can't add here, but you could add them in the previous option tab that I showed you. And you could also have due dates, which is really important when you're working in a project management environment. And then you could also have comments pertaining to the card that you create. I've just made a kind of a note here saying that if you're updating the client list, you've got to check their the client spelling, the names, and whatnot. So that's what I've done there. And then you could also have a checklist, and this is useful because if you have a bunch of stuff that you need to take care of, but you can't really cross it off using a pen or anything because it's not on paper. This comes in very handy. And another thing that you could do is you could attach files, and I was surprised the variety of files that I was able to attach. I wasn't sure whether I'd be able to attach stuff like PowerPoints and stuff like that, but it surprisingly lets you do it, although that's not what I added. So that brings us to the end of this presentation. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thanks for your time.